Hi, welcome back to our teasers for our free invitation event. And we've been kind of talking about how this DCI level has changed. It keeps developing. We get more exciting, cool stuff from the ancient books that we're working on. For example, just recently, we got permission to catalog a collection of ancient books. I'd say the average age of those books is about 500 years ago. And there's over 100,000 titles in Mongolia. And these are really wonderful ancient books of wisdom. I mean, think of one of them is amazing, but imagine multiplying times 100,000. And we finally, after many years of work, I think I've been working on that contract for 25 years, we got permission. And then we find out new cool stuff from these ancient materials, and then we bring it into the levels, and the levels keep changing. This is not, if you went to DCI level 6 in the past, you're going to have a pleasant surprise that we've expanded it and we've learned more about how to fight addictions. So I'm going to show you a terrible picture. Okay, I sit at my desk. Here's a picture of I sit at my desk in my house, and my wife comes to get to the kitchen. She has to come past me and my desk, and she'll look over my shoulder, and she'll look at what I'm working on. And I had this picture up on the screen, and she was like, "What? What's this picture? This is terrible." And I also, when I chose it, I felt I almost didn't use it because it seems it's obviously doesn't look like a business picture. It doesn't look like a, happy family picture. But let me explain the picture, okay? If you think about it, if we're on the subject of an addiction or a bad habit, then those addictions or those bad habits are very, very much, to me, they're like vampires, okay? And a vampire is this, I don't know, it came from Eastern Europe, I think, the idea of a being who likes to grab your neck and likes to poke their teeth into your neck and then sucks your blood out. And the feeling I get from a vampire is that if they don't kill, maybe they don't kill you, maybe they come back. There's spiders that live, there's kinds of spiders that come into your house, and when you're asleep, they bite you and they take a little blood, and then they go back and they sleep under the bed or something, and then the next night they come back, often to the same spot on your body, and they take some more blood. They take a little more, and I think a bad habit is like that. Okay, it's like a spider or a vampire. It comes to you a couple times a day, and it kind of sucks your energy away. Okay, it kind of sucks away some of your energy. Just the example of having stuff laying around the house. Okay, extra stuff. It's not an addiction, really. I mean, I could imagine having a shopping addiction where you spend all your family's money on expensive, small personal things that you don't really need. That's an addiction, maybe. But this kind of bad habit of stuff, having too much stuff around the house, messy stuff, it's a bad habit. And what that does is it sucks your energy, okay? It's like having this vampire bite your neck and take a little blood every day, And then you're not running at full capacity. You see, you're tired, you feel distracted, you don't have 100% energy. It's like you didn't sleep well or something. And it's the bad habit. It's the bad habit is kind of sucking your energy just a little bit every hour, every few hours. It's taking away your energy. And boy, let's look at the next slide, you guys. No, there's a guy, yeah. Imagine if you could get out of that jail, you know. Boy, imagine, let's just talk about bad habits, okay? Like, I don't know, too much junk around your house, you know. And all of us, we collect stuff around the house, and it just starts to fill up the house. There's less and less space for us and our family because all this junk, you know, for me it's books and papers and that I don't look at, and maybe it's other stuff, I don't know, in your family, what kind of junk you have around your house. But if the bad habit is kind of like a vampire that slowly sucks energy away from you all day, and by the way, you don't notice it, okay? You mostly don't notice it. That's kind of the difference between a bad habit and addiction. If you have an addiction, then, you know, most likely you're aware of that it's ruining your life. It's really hurting your life. But if you have a bad habit, it's just kind of sucking a little blood every day, and you feel a little off, or you don't have a lot of energy, or, you know, you're just not 100%. And it's those bad habits. And then the bad habits pile up. And if you can, I really, really hope you can learn the special ancient methods we're going to teach you, and you can wipe out those bad habits forever. And getting out of that jail, I just want to express how it feels. You know, when you break out of that jail that you didn't know you were in, you know, just the clutter is, by the way, I'm just using one example. I mean, there's countless bad habits that we can have, right? But if you can identify your bad habit, if you can admit honestly that you have it, and that it's vampire, it's sucking your blood a little bit every day, and it's degrading, it's lowering your quality of life, and you don't even notice it, okay? When you do notice it is when you find out this ancient method, you try it out, and by the way, DCI Global is all about trying it out, okay? It's an unusual approach. The idea of seeds in your mind, creating your world, it's an unusual approach, okay? But once you understand it, and once you master it, you'll be able to break out of the jail, not just like an alcohol addiction or a gambling addiction or pornography addiction. You don't just break out of the jail. You can also break your little bad habits. And I think the accumulated force of little bad habits can almost be as debilitating, almost ruin our life as much as a big addiction. Many small bad habits makes us tired and makes us uninspired in the same way that a big addiction will. Okay, next picture here. I'm a very, I don't know, I have this intense awareness that I'm not going to live forever. And the older I get, the stronger it gets, you know. By the way, when you get my age, your friends start dropping out, you know. Like this one passed away, this one gets cancer, this one has a divorce, you know. As you go through life, you see that people's life is like a candle. They say life is like a candle, right? The candle is lit when you come out of your mom, and then that candle burns down every day, and nothing, I mean, no normal understanding can can stop that candle. A deeper understanding can. That's another story. But as if you are having a beautiful life, and if you're having a fun life, then you want more time, you know? You just want to use the time you have. You're like, I could live 200 years, 300 years. I got so many things I want to do, you know? And I get up in the morning and I'm just hungry to do all the things I want to do. I got so many yummy, tasty things that I want to do with my time, you know? And I wake up out of bed, I jump out of bed, and I want to get started on the stuff I want to do, you know? And the thing about an addiction, to me, the worst thing, or a bad habit, is it takes time. It's a vampire that bleeds your time, you know? And for me, personally, with all the fun things I want to do, all the cool things I want to do, all the cool projects I want to work on with other people that I really love, those people, what I've noticed in my long life is that one of the terrible things about addiction and one of the terrible things about bad habits is they suck your time. You know, they take your time. And boy, you know, if you have an addiction, and look, I say again, we all have addictions. I have addictions. And if you have bad habits, which of course we all have, try to notice, try to think about, they are sucking your time. They are stealing your time. It takes time to have an addiction. And it takes time to have bad habits. And even if your worst bad habit is a messy house, it slows you down. It takes time. That poor guy in the picture was trying to find something on his desk. You know, bad habits leak time. Time leaks out, you know. Addictions steal huge chunks of your day, you know, and they stop you from doing things you really want to do, okay? So try to, in this next picture, you know, this guy, I don't know, I like this picture. I've been going to the gym nowadays. I enjoy it. And I see some guys doing this. This is some kind of weird heavy ball. I want to try it sometime. I don't know. And to me, the guy's face, he looks focused. And my experience after any kind of yoga or exercise, which we're going to do, we always do as part of our trainings, some kind of exercise. Get yourself out, do some kind of exercise every day, and you're going to get your time back, okay? If you can unclutter your house, for example, or if you can stop the bad habit of being late for other people, or you can stop an addiction like an internet addiction, you're going to feel so much time is going to come back to you. Time that was stolen by the bad habit or the addiction, like sucking your blood, okay? And when you start using this cool seed system that DCI is going to teach you, when you start using it and you start getting your time back, you feel so great, you know? You got suddenly, you're not under time stress. Addictions put you under time stress. Bad habits leak time. And then you get nervous and you get stressed because you don't have enough time because it leaked out. Especially an addiction requires a lot of time. And bad habits quietly steal your time. And as you use this new method we're going to teach you, this new ancient method, to get over your bad habits and addictions, you're gonna start getting more time back. And I was doing it, oh, we got a storm coming in. I've been working on my bad habits for many years, and I love it when I get some of my life back. I just love it when suddenly I have time to go to the gym, or I have time to focus, you know. To have an addiction makes your mind scattered. And when you get rid of those interruptions in your day, your mind starts to get more focused. And as you get more focused, because you don't have to worry about your addiction, how to get it, how to hide it, how to keep it secret, blah, blah. If you just get rid of the addiction, then suddenly all this time, mental time comes back, mental space comes back, and all this just 24 hours is longer for a person once they can drop their addictions. Normally, we tend to accumulate addictions and bad habits as we go through life, okay? You pick up, I don't know why, you pick up more bad habits than good habits, and they start sucking your time. And if you can find a really efficient, powerful way to identify your bad habits and then stop your bad habits, your time's gonna come back. When your time comes back, you can focus, you feel bright, you feel happy, you can really have time to enjoy, addictions and bad habits ruin even your vacations, you know. So just imagine you get all your free time back. Okay, next picture. This is a sad picture. I was, it was almost like a vampire picture for me. This is two young people teaching each other to smoke, which is a terrible, terrible thing. And I'll never forget, one of the things about growing up with people who are addicted to alcohol is that it's expensive, okay? Most addictions either cost money, like gambling, for example. It's a great way to it's a great way to waste your family's whole income. Or an addiction like a pornography addiction. It takes time, it's distracting, it makes your mind scattered, and then you can't make money. You can't do as well in making money. You can't focus because your mind is scattered. So what a bad habit does and what an addiction does is it doesn't just steal your time and your energy, but it sucks your money, okay? It sucks money away from you. If we can get a new way of stopping bad habits, like a cool method, like a gun that shoots a bad habit, just learn it and use it every day. Then you're gonna be more financially successful. Money will start piling up, and I've had this experience. And I gotta tell you, it just piles up. More and more money piles up. And you're like, wow, what's going on, And it's because you're not distracted and your mind is focused. And money just starts piling up, and then you have a new problem. You gotta think of how to use it. But, actually we give, here at DCI Global, we pile up money and we give a lot of money to charity, a lot. And partly it's because we've been able to fight bad habits and addictions. Last picture for you guys here. This is an upward spiral, upward cycle. We're going to talk a lot about how an addiction creates a downward cycle. Okay, probably you guys know the ancient word in Asia is samsara. Samsara means a downward cycle. And it means, by the way, samsara means a strong flow or a strong flow of negativity. And it drives you down in a cycle. You spend 10 minutes to do your addiction on the internet, and then next day you do 15 minutes, and then next day you do 20 minutes, and that makes you tired, and the next day you do 30 minutes. And if you can use the new methods you're gonna learn to fight your addictions and your bad habits and just cut them off, then not just you're going to get more time back and not just more energy, but your finances are going to start spiraling up. The money makes money, and it's kind of fun. I don't need stuff. I have a simple car, I have a simple house, but but I love having money pile up. And then I can help people all over the world. This morning we were helping some people in Ukraine who didn't have food and needed a place to stay. And it's so fun. And you can do more of that. You can have more of that fun if you learn how to stop your addictions and your bad habits. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys in the next little video.